Project The Gifted is about the children who, despite their young age, have already decided what to be and what they want to achieve in life. They chose a challenging way full of numerous tasks, work, and constant self-development. And that is exactly what makes them be known, successful, and famous. Painting is the most ancient kind of art on Earth. It arose at the beginning of human civilization. And at first, it was just primitive drawings through which a man tried to understand the environment. Then, little by little, the drawings became more complex and symbolic and began to carry deeper meaning. This is how writing appeared. And the more intensively the society developed, the more versatile and thinner the art became. Creativity is inherent in every person's nature by birth. Maybe that is why all children love to draw one way or another. The child's imagination is endless, and any fantasy born in his head easily appears on the paper. Therefore, paintings of venerable artists capture our attention because we see the reflection of the inner world of the creator. The hero of this program is a young artist, Alexander Bazakin. His drawings vary with original sense of color and style, a special vision of the character and its exact display on the canvas. Thanks to his talent, a young artist has already been recognized as one of the most talented young artists, not only in his native Kazakhstan, but in the world arena as well. I like it in drawing that you can invent something yours. Draw something that does not exist and use your fantasy. Like all children, Sasha has begun drawing since his early childhood. He was fond of coloring books and could patiently and carefully fill in black and white contours with color and shade, breathing life and meaning into them. He was reflecting on what tone would better match with this or that picture. Very soon, the boy himself began drawing birds, animals, fairy characters, landscapes. He even invented stories and put them in his own comics. Paying attention to his interest in art, Sasha's mom decided to enroll her son in art school.
Лет, наверное, 5 я заметила у него, что у него есть способности, у него есть желание. И так как у нас садик как раз находился рядом со школой художественной, мы стали посещать. Но потом в силу обстоятельств...
When he was about 5 years old, I noticed that he had some abilities and desire. And as the kindergarten was near the art school, we began to attend it. But then, due to some circumstances, we had to take some break. But he kept drawing. He drew at home, and of course, he didn't master any techniques. He drew with ordinary paints, felt tip pens, colored pencils. He really likes gel pens. He continued to draw at elementary school. When he was in the 2nd or in the 3rd grade, I asked him about picking up our classes. I see that the child has an inclination and desire for that. It was unanimously accepted, and he decided to return.
Принято единогласно было, что он решил вернуться.
Under the guidance of experienced teachers, Sasha began to master various drawing techniques, design, color, and even computer graphics. Meruet Kilbach, Sasha's teacher, considers imagination to be one of the main and inalienable qualities of the artist. It is impossible to create a masterpiece without it.
Каждый ребенок талантлив по-своему, вы знаете, да. Один хорошо рисует, а другой хорошо идеи преподносит свои идеи. По этим идеям...
Every child is talented in his own way. One draws well, and the other presents his ideas well. We are working on these ideas. Is he doing well? He presents his own ideas on the basics of design and chromatics. He works well with color. We had such a work with an ornament. His work stands out. He did it well. He immediately understood the task and completed it at once. The boy knows both to think and to draw. The most important thing is to present the idea and then draw it.
Мальчик умеет и думать, и рисовать, скажем так. Но это самое главное, преподнести идею, а потом ее реализовать.
A young artist enjoys working with ornaments most of all. Sasha does not limit his imagination to anything here.
Нам задали тему нарисовать 3 вида орнамента. Это Геометрический орнамент.
We were given a task to draw 3 kinds of ornaments. An animal ornament is my favorite one. A seahorse, a slope, and a dolphin. It is the most interesting work I have had recently, I think. And a floral ornament.
И растительный орнамент.
Every year, the best works of pupils of the art school where Sasha studies are shown at various exhibitions. His drawings, for example, became part of the exposition at the Kosteyev Museum. And the young artist had a unique chance to take part in the international competition under the auspices of UNESCO Children Paint the World. Thousands of works from Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Russia, India, and many other countries of the world were presented to the jury of the competition. The most outstanding works of the contestants were published in a special selection, which included Sasha's drawing as well. In the future, Alexander wants to find useful practical applications for his artistic skills. He is sure that painting classes will certainly help him in choosing a profession. And in prospect, he sees himself as an architect, designer, or even an aircraft designer.
Недавно я стала замечать, что у Александра появилось такое вот новое веяние. Ему нравится рисовать.
Recently, I have noticed that Alexander has a new trend. He likes to draw airplanes, flying machines, helicopters. And on New Year's Day, he received a gift, a flight on a flight simulator. I do not remember exactly where to, but on average, the flight took an hour and a half there. It's like a real airplane. You sit in the pilot's cabin and switch it on and off, pressing all the buttons. A trained man sits next to him. That was a former pilot who explained what and how to do. The child's eyes were shining. You really enjoyed it. Perhaps if it does not work with art, it will work in aerobatics.
Возможно, получится в высшем пилотаже.
A modern artist cannot do anything without a computer. Sasha understands this. Therefore, he is very serious about studying computer graphics at an art school. We have a new subject. Digital painting was introduced in September at the beginning of the school year, and Sasha has been studying it since that period. The child has good artistic abilities. He got used to the new tool and new subject rather quickly and has been working quite successfully in this direction now. Digital drawing is a sphere of art, which is new only in terms of technology. In all other respects, the drawing technique remains the same as with ordinary materials, and it requires approximately the same skills as ordinary art. Alexander's teachers note that a young artist gradually forms his own particular style. Most of all, he likes to draw fabulous mythological characters. But even when he paints still life, his technique of working with color is really impressive. Sasha himself, like any other creative person, is always self-critical and constantly in search for new and unique artistic solutions.
Мы изучаем различные техники, но больше всего мне нравится техника мазка, потому что в каждом мазке можно выбрать любой цвет. Ну, не любой, а более подходящий под тон. Например, вот здесь есть синий, фиолетовый, даже голубой. И все это кажется...
We study different kinds of techniques, but I like the smear technique most of all because you can choose any color to match the tone. For example, there are blue, purple, and even light blue. And although it seems lilac and purple, and altogether it seems lilac and purple, there is a lot of blue and green, but blue has gone under the base. And the smear covered blue, and blue became the bottom background for green paint, and thus turned out darker. The artist must see the production or imagine it in the head if he fantasizes. And if he, for example, draws some still life, he should feel a shadow, a penumbra, show the volume on paper. For example, when I tried to draw something volumetric before, I just got a flat picture on a piece of paper. And now it's better to transmit volume, shadow, partial shade, glare.
Сейчас как бы больше получается передавать объем, тень, полутень, блики.
Саша очень хороший друг, он очень веселый, заботливый и все время может прийти на помощь. Одним из его лучших качеств это точность, как он передает.
Sasha is a good friend, very cheerful, caring, and is always ready to help. One of his best qualities is accuracy. He conveys all his elements in the picture and shows literacy in work. He works very carefully and is able to work with curved lines. Not all children can depict the accuracy of the work, though. Whenever his help is needed to demonstrate, to show how to do the work correctly, he will always help because he is a good friend.
Поможет, потому что он очень хороший.
I have been communicating with Sasha since the 2nd grade at a secondary school, and I have been studying with him for 4 years. We are in the same group. Sasha is a very good boy. He never offends anyone and always shares everything. He can always support if necessary. The schedule of the young painter is quite stressful. From 8 in the morning, 4 times a week, an art school. Since noon, a secondary school. Sasha's mother is a pediatrician by profession and strictly monitors his health. She considers regular walks in the fresh air to be an important condition for child's well-being and rest.
Мой брат любит играть в футбол и водное поло.
My brother likes to play football and water polo. We always run a race with him. He always wins. When we play football, I stand at the gate all the time. Most of all, we like to play. I can trust him secrets. He is reliable.
Доверяю секреты. Он надежный.
Well done. Come on. You are scoring in goals. Well, Mom thinks that children need to go in for sports. Therefore, Sasha attends water polo trainings 3 times a week. Rivka Damirovich, a trainer, is pleased with the success of his pupil and is confident that a great future awaits him in sports too. Sasha came 2 years ago as a little boy and did not know how to swim at all. But then he showed himself at once and I immediately took him to the team. He gets along with the guys. He is disciplined in class but gentle by nature. Easily joined the team and easily trained. He has the right background for the sport and is very good in general. He is a fast crawl swimmer, catches the ball well, sees the field. In future, I see him as a player and a good person as well, a universal person and a universal child. I can say I see him as a player as well as a businessman, maybe a musician and an artist. He is developing in everything. Sasha's main supporter is his mother. She is both a strict mentor and a best friend for him.
На мой взгляд, любой родитель должен по-хорошему поддерживать ребенка в его начинаниях. Если ты увидел талант, ты должен поддерживать ребенка, помогать продвигаться. Где-то, может быть, подталкивать, подпинывать, может быть, где-то как-то стимулировать ребенка нужно. По поводу дальнейших каких-то наших планов.
I think any parent should kindly support his child in his all endeavors. If you saw his talent, you should have to support the child, help him strive forward, sometimes to push and motivate the child. As for our future plans, I think, and he also likes it of course, it will be his future work and speciality. There are too many subjects, and as I said before, children got an education on 5 subjects, including computer graphics. He enjoys it, and to my mind, computer graphics is developing well, and it is in demand. And architecture, everything is computerized. So, I want him to connect his future with architecture, computer graphics, in order to come useful for him. I would like to see him happy from what he does. And in ideal, it would be great if his job brought him not only moral, but also material well-being and spiritual satisfaction.
И, конечно, в идеале это было бы, если бы его работа приносила ему не только моральное, но и материальное, и духовное удовлетворение.
In some more little-time buildings created by the projects of Alexander Bazakin will be built in Kazakhstan, and airplanes designed on his drawings will possibly fly in the sky. And maybe the whole world will recognize him as a talented designer or artist. When a child has the time and opportunity to dream, when he feels the support of his ideas and aspirations, feels the understanding and love of his relatives, then any doors will open in front of him. And then the dream will certainly become a reality.